And I hope I'm audible and my screen is about to be visible. It's here.
Yes, you are audible, Stuti ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And my screen is there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can explain.
So, yeah. So let me continue over here. So in for the higher standards, what you can do is that you can tell them that with the information that you have just skimmed, okay, frame another story maybe, or maybe write another article with the same information. So they will be synthesizing the information they have just skimmed out to write a different story or a different article, right? And this is something very, very important now with a lot of stress on appreciation, right? It is one of the very important competencies. Fine, we have to teach our students to appreciate uh, the whatever they are reading, whether it is literature, whether it is poetry. So they need to know the author's purpose, whether the write up, whether they are reading a lesson is, or whether they are reading a poetry or any small excerpt. It is, what is the purpose of the author? Is it for persuasion? Is it for giving some kind of information, or is it only for entertainment? Fine. So we have to teach this to them. Now, how to teach this to them? Pick up articles from the newspaper, pick up short maybe articles wherein you have individual opinions of experts, maybe sport experts or movie critics or some motivational speaker. Tell them, and then tell them to identify the purpose of the author, right? It could be the vice versa also. You tell them to pick up articles, read the newspaper, pick up articles or pick up a short snippet excerpt which tells us that the author is trying to persuade the readers. The author is trying to give some information to the readers. The author is trying to entertain the readers. So pick up article. Both the ways it works, right? They have to select on their own, or you tell them these are the 5 articles. You just classify them. Tell us which are the ones. So really wonderful. It will help you in reinforcing this in your learners. Fine. This is a very important visual thinking routine. I think, I feel, and I wonder. Reflection again is something which is being talked about a lot. So, how to teach our students this uh, act of reflection with the help of newspapers? Fine. So we can take any article with them, give them a sheet like this, or tell them to write it down in their notebooks, or write it down beautifully on a colored sheet. With any activity, you can, any article, you can tell the students to discuss amongst themselves what do they feel about it. If I, because this incident of the earthquakes, fine, and the landslides is so recent, fine, so that comes to my mind even now. So if they read any article of that sort, what is it that comes to your mind? How do you feel about it? What would happen if such a thing happens just in your vicinity, somewhere around you? We are reading news about, a country which is so many thousands of kilometers away from us. If something of that sort happens just, around you, what would happen? What do you think about it? This will help them to reflect. This will help them to analyze. This will help them to come up with various, ideas as to how to be proactive. What is it that the human beings have been doing, because which are resulting in all these disasters? Fine. This is because of the example that I have taken up. You could take up anything with them. You could talk about um, maybe an article which relates to a person, and then tell them to reflect upon the action reaction of the person. Why is the person talking in such a tone? Why did the person feel the need to write such an article? So there could be various ways in which you could help your children to think, feel, and ponder. Fine. So again, with the help of the newspaper, you often would feel that I want to do this activity with my children, but what should be the basis of my reflection activity, right? So newspapers could be one of the wonderful tools. Ask the right question. Now, you may say that, ma'am, you just now talked about interrogation where children were asking, framing questions and asking the questions to each other. Then now you are talking about ask the right question. What is the difference? Are they both the same? Right? No, they both are not the same. When I was talking about the interrogation activity, in that activity, I told the students to frame any simple questions based on an article. Now, when I am giving them an article, I am telling them to become reporters and ask questions which a reporter will ask to a person, to a victim of an mishap, or maybe to a police officer who is investigating a crime scene. Fine. So now I am going to give them various situations and incidents from the newspaper so that the students can act as reporters, draw responses. For senior classes, write an article or a report on that. For younger ones, just framing questions and acting as a reporter and trying to draw out responses. This could be done in pairs, this could be done in group of 4, this could be done as a panel discussion in the class, but the basis would be the article that you are giving to them. Fine. So I have just tried to put a few examples on the screen where there's a celebrity who is doing charity, or there is an airplane crash and you are trying to interview somebody who has survived, or the CEO of a company who is launching the COVID prevention vaccine. Fine. Somebody who is spearheading our projects, maybe in space. Maybe you are interviewing such a scientist. Anything that you see in the newspaper, this should not be anything random that comes to your mind. No. The basis of all this, because these are snippets which were there in some of the newspapers, so I try to just, put them here. Whatever is there in the newspaper that you are handling in the class, based on that, you are going to ask questions to them. Okay. This is another interesting way of hooking on the children to listen to you, to interact, to read the newspaper. You have read one article which you also want the students to read. Again, the microphone has gone on. Okay. So write words on the chalkboard. Vandana ma'am. You write the words on the chalkboard, fine, from an article that you have chosen. Then students will guess what the news is about. Okay. Then let them read the actual article. The article is there in their newspaper. You have given them photocopies. You had told them a day in advance that I'm going to read this article, or I'm going to do an activity about this article. Read it from your home and come. Any way it could be, any way. Now compare and try to list which were the facts which they got right, which were the ones they got wrong. Were they able to actually figure out which article are you talking about? Are the details which they mentioned, are they correct or no? So again, it would be an activity in which the students will really feel that they are involved. And another activity here, there's going to be a twist. Okay. The twist is that pairs will be given maybe one article, maybe 2 articles, maybe 5 articles, depends upon you, your level of students. They will be given 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You want to devote an entire period, 30 minutes. Depends upon you. How much time do you have for this activity? They have to note down points, as many points as they can. Obviously, they're not going to copy the entire article, but note down points. And the twist which you have not told them is going to come here. You take their articles back from them. You tell them to keep the newspapers on my table, away from them, or put your newspapers back inside your bags. Now give them a list of questions and tell them that they have to answer based on their notes and based on their memory. And these questions could be any questions. These could be factual questions, grammar-based questions, vocabulary questions, any questions. And if you put a timer to this, find timer for noting down the points, timer for doing the questions, it becomes so much, enjoyable, right? Then we have, this is a very common activity, but we, the Indian teachers, are hesitant in doing it in our classes because, again, the noise factor, how to make 40, 50, 60 plus children to move around in the class. But if at all we have an atmosphere and we can do it, maybe take the children out where we have 4 walls and they can just take a round and come back. This is really interesting. Pick up any 5 or 6. If you have 4 walls, take up 4 articles. If you have more than 4 places where you can put up your articles, fine. Put them up on the walls. Give a set of questions to the students. They have to take a round and find the answers. Okay. They have to take a round and find the answers. So this is also something they will have to go from one wall to the other, try to figure out which question has been picked up from which article, right? And then this is another activity in which the students have, you can pick up comic strip. This is where the comic strips of the newspaper will come into play. Fine. You have something of this sort. You picked up a newspaper comic strip and you try to just, blank out a few dialogues from there. Okay. You try to just put a white fluid over it, or anyway, put a paper on it and you took out another printout photocopy of it. And you tell them to fill in the dialogues. What is the girl trying to talk to? Or maybe you could just remove all the dialogues and try to ask them, why is the girl angry here? Look at her expressions here, then look at her expressions here, then look at her expressions. In the last 3 pictures, they are totally different. So based on this, could you write something? Can you guess what is happening? You can show this to them, or later on show them the entire dialogue which was there in their newspaper only. That they were talking about pollution and how they need to work on that. Right. So this could be another way in which you can use your newspapers. It could help in reported speech teaching in the class, wherein you teach them how to write a direct speech here in dialogue form. You are teaching them how to observe. You are teaching them how to interpret and write. So again, a fruitful activity using the newspaper itself. And then I think this is probably the last activity. Spin a yarn, we all do, right? In our classes, we tell them that, okay, fine, I'm starting the story. You all continue, add 1 line to it, or various other ways of spin a yarn. But what if we use the same spin a yarn with the help of a newspaper? You could take one particular picture and tell them to talk about what happened before that, what happened after that, and write a story around that picture. What is happening in that picture? And then just, elaborate it, extend it. Or you could give them, this is very interesting. I actually have tried it in my class and it is really good. You pick up 2 or 3 pictures from the newspaper, tell them picture number 1, picture number 2, picture number 3. Now connect pictures and try to form a story. Okay, so you observe what is happening in the pictures and you make a story out of the observation. You could give them, it's your way how you tweak it. You could tell them that picture number 3 can be used as picture number 1 by some of you. Some of you can use picture number 1 as picture number 3. It's up to you how you change the order of the pictures. Or you could say, no, you have to frame a story with picture number 1 as the beginning, picture number 2 as the center, and picture number 3 as the ending. It's up to you how you give the instructions to them, how you make your class interesting, right? So that brings me to the end of today's session. And then now the ball is definitely in your court. And I really want all of you to come up with your ideas and any activity that appeal to you and you feel that you are going to tweak it in this way, ma'am has already discussed here. Anyone else or somebody using a better activity than this in their class, please can share it
Good
with us
evening.
here.
Good evening, Stuti ma'am. I would like to
Ma'am.
add on one activity, like
Yes, ma'am.
writing poems can also be done with the help of the
Yes.
newspaper, like picking up few words from the newspaper and then write the poems. Children write
Yes.
poems out of that. That can also be
Okay.
done.
Okay. Good. What else? What else? You can teach fact and opinion also. Fact and opinions is a question which is, a very common typology of question now in the critical thinking based questions. In your CBQs, you have these questions. So facts and opinions can also be taught through the newspaper. You can take an article and tell the students to segregate what is a fact, what is an opinion, right? You can take a map if there is a map in your newspaper and tell them to make a story around the people, those who stay in those areas, maybe, plot a story around them. So that is called map a pic. Okay. So various other activities